So, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve this LeetCode problem, that is reverse words in a string. So it is a medium level LeetCode problem and it is also the part of LeetCode 150. So let's quickly start understanding that what we are going to do in this problem or what this problem is asking from us. So we are provided with an input string, that is the sky is blue. So in the problem statement itself, they have provided three examples. Okay, and each of these examples will tell us in what manner we are going to return our final output. So the first thing is the sky is blue. So we just need to reverse the words in that. So that is blue is the sky. So this example tells us that we need to reverse in a word-wise manner, not the character-wise manner. So if we have reverse it in a character-wise manner, our answer would become ELUBSIYKS. So this will become our final answer, but we need not to return in, we are not asked to return in this manner. We need to reverse it in a word-wise fashion. So the first example tells us this thing. Now the second example, there is an space at the very end of the string. So if if the spaces are present at the end or at the starting of the string, we need to remove that. We need to trim that out basically. So the second example tells us this thing. Now moving to the third example, it tells us that suppose we have a lots of spaces between any two words, so we need to remove all these spaces, and instead of all these spaces we need to put a single space between any two words. So the final output, as you can see, it has become example good up. Okay, so a lot of spaces were between good and the example, so we have changed it to a single space. Okay, so this is the whole explanation part, that what we are going to return as our final output. Now moving to the logic, what logic we are going to use in order to solve this this particular problem. Let's quickly see that out. So moving to the logic part, that what logic we are going to apply in this problem. So we are going to use the built-in functions of Java, that is the trim function, and the split function. Okay, so as their names itself suggests, that trim function is going to trim something out. So what it is going to trim is, it will trim the starting and the ending spaces in any of the string. Starting and the ending spaces in a string. So suppose you are provided with a string that is Alex, then a lot of spaces. So our final output will be Alex with no spaces. So this is the the functionality of the trim function. Okay, now moving to the split function. So it splits our array, basically our string. So it splits our strings based upon the parameter that is being passed. Suppose we have provided, suppose our string is something pm.split, and we have provided space as our parameter. So it will split that string into various small parts, taking space as the parameter. I will tell you this with an example. Suppose the sky is blue, and we have used this split function over this string. So our final output will be the separate thing splitted in splitted manner, the sky, then is, and then blue. Okay, so this is going to be the thing. This is the working of this function. So now moving to the solving part, that how we are going to solve this problem via using these two functions that we have talked about. So first we will split our initial string. So suppose we have splitted, okay, this initial string, the sky is blue, and we are going to store it. Then we are using the string builder method. This string builder method will basically we are going to use this to return our final answer, because we need to return our final answer also in the form of the string, and the string builder method is an efficient method in order to store a string, or basically in creating a string. So we are going to use a string builder method. Now we are quickly going to use a for loop, and since we need to reverse that thing out now, so we will start from the the very end of this thing. So suppose we have taken suppose we have named it as words only. So for I is equal to, we will start from its length, word dot length -1, and we will move it to the 0 and followed by I minus minus. So what we are going to do in this for loop is, we are going to append, suppose we have named it as sm, string builder sm. So we are going to append is basically a function that is used to insert the things in an string. So sm dot append words at I. Okay, so it will append the last one, blue. So in our string the blue will come, blue will be present right now after doing this. Now it has been told that after every word there should be a single space. Then we are going to do what? We are going to use sm dot append. We will append a space. Suppose we have appended a space here, so it will append a space. Now it will move again, so it will add a word is here. After that we will again append a space here. Then again a word will come, sky. We will append a space. Then again at final a word will come, the, and we will append a space. So after coming out, if we just return this thing out now, we will get a wrong answer, because it has been told that we should remove the trailing zeros. Okay, so there's an trailing zeros I'm telling. We need to remove and trailing spaces. So we need to remove this space. So before returning our answer, we will just quickly use the trim function. The trim is going to remove this extra space, and then we will finally return our solution. So this is going to be the whole logic which we are going to use in order to solve this problem. Now quickly move to the coding part. So let's quickly move to the solving part. So I have structured this code a little bit. So in order to split our initial string, I have used that split function as I have told. Now I have created a string builder method in order to store our final answer, because we need to return it in a form of a string only. Then so in order to reverse the strings, we are going to first use a for loop, that is for int I is equal to, so we will we suppose it is here that is sky is blue, so we need to move this last last thing to the first in this manner. So we are going to run the for loop in a reverse fashion, that is for int I is equal to pm dot length -1 followed by I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, and in the for loop what we are going to do is, we are going to insert the last element. So we are going to take the string builder sm dot append last word is pm at I. After basically after every word we need to put a space, that is sm dot append a space is going to be there, so this a space, then this much thing. So now we have inserted the words followed by a space. So in order, while we are doing this thing now, we have inserted a space at the last of the at the very end of the string also, so we need to remove that. So we are going to use suppose in the return statement what we are going to do is return sm dot to string. It will convert it to a string, and dot trim. It will trim that thing out. Okay, let's check this thing. So all the test cases are getting passed. Just submit it. So it is good only. So that's all for today. Thank you.